Frankie, where are you off to?
Hardware store, post office.
Look who's back. Nate DeLuca. His mother's thrilled. Thought he'd never come back. Didn't you and he have a
long time ago. High school. Barely remember. Hey, walk with me.
Okay.
So you know I'm a judge in the grape jelly competition tonight?
Well, I am from the time of the dinosaurs, but I'd be remembering Nate DeLuca.
He was my first kiss. Well, he was shorter then. And we got taller.
You kissed a DeLuca?
I know, we were the veritable Romeo and Juliet of the Valley. It was a twist. We just went our separate ways.
Speaking of which, my divorce papers came in.
Sorry to hear that.
Gonna have to accept I'm a single lady. Maybe not for that long, right? I hear there's an app for it. I'm selling Sorrento, Frankie.
Will Sam harvest the grapes?
From poolside in Costa Rica? Right. Somebody else can bring in the harvest this year. I don't have the heart for it anymore.
You're gonna be fine, though.
You bet I am.
You see tonight?
Count on it.
Sweet, bold, complex.
Excuse me?
I'm just risking my comments for the grape jelly competition. Signed up as soon as I heard you were one of the judges.
You hate grape jelly.
I'm full of surprises.
I hate surprises.
Really? Senior year, when I showed up at your house with 5 dozen sunflowers.
From our garden.
Frankie Baldwin. You're still here.
Where else would I be? So, how long are you in town now? Don't you have another degree to get or something?
All done. Finished at Cornell.
Right. Great. Dr. DeLuca, PhD, I heard. Congratulations.
I figured it was time to rejoin the DeLuca clan, gear up for competition with you Baldwins. I heard your family vineyard is looking good for best wine at the festival at the end of the month.
Better believe it.
Well, it's good seeing you, Frankie.
Nate? Welcome back. How is it?
I can't tell you. So, are you nervous that Nate DeLuca's back?
Why would I be nervous?
Oh, I don't know. Some old flame returns.
Hannah, you are the only one who's interested in a DeLuca.
Not anymore. I am done with Marco. But it would be fun if you and Nate...
Just me and Nate? How long have you known me?
Long enough to know you had serious sparks.
We had sparks.
Had being the operative word, Marco.
Hannah, I called you.
It's not good enough, I'm afraid. Let's get you to the next jelly. Yes, let's. See you.
Hannah, I just want...
You messed up. It's not happening now.
Welcome, one and all, to the St. Madeleine Autumn Harvest Festival, Day 1. I'm your co-chair of the festival, Carla DeLuca of the DeLuca family, Northern California's premier grape grower. There is also one other family that claims the title, but we don't have to talk about those Baldwins now, do we?
Let's hear it for Carla DeLuca. And let's hear it for Baldwin Farms, this year celebrating our 70th vintage year in St. Madeleine.
Shall we get another Charles?
And now we celebrate the justifiably celebrated produce of St. Madeleine. Our judges, Mel Turner, my own Frankie Baldwin,
and my gorgeous son, Nate, who is back in St. Madeleine for good. Oh, let's get started. Best grape jelly. Marilee Weeks.
You voted for Marilyn?
I didn't vote for her.
I didn't vote for her.
And how did she?
Mel. Well, you cheated.
He's always had a thing for her.
No, you must because her jelly tasted like turpentine.
I would rather drink turpentine. I would. I detect the shades of hemlock. Maybe arsenic. But I think she's trying to actually...
Apparently, there's been a truce in the feud between the Baldwins and DeLucas.
Frankie.
Oh, it is all coming back to me now. Typical DeLuca look-at-me behavior.
I had to do something. Marilee was...
Come back into town with no warning whatsoever, and you think this is how we're going to get back together? By you embarrassing me in front of my family and friends?
That's the furthest thing from my mind. I was just...
I know what you were doing. You're so full of yourself.
So I've heard. From you.
Why don't you listen this time?
Look, all I'm asking for is a few more months. We're restructuring, making important changes. Yes, but considering how long Baldwin's been in business, well, there must be something you can do. Can I call you back? Thank you. Morning, sweetheart.
You sound stressed.
Nah, it's nothing. Just an annoying vendor.
I've got something I would love to talk to you about.
I've been wanting to talk to you, too. I know we disagree from time to time about the Vineyard and where we're going with it, but I've had to make some tough decisions lately. I realized I needed someone with a solid business background for the next phase of Baldwin Farms.
Charles.
Tony, you're early.
Couldn't wait to get started. You must be Francesca.
Frankie, this is Tony Camiso. He's going to be running Baldwin alongside me from now on.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, come on. I'll show you around.
Okay.
After all you've done for Dad, and he goes and hires someone else over you?
I looked up this Tony Camiso guy. He does have a lot of experience in the wine business.
And you don't?
I just kept thinking, what didn't I do right? I mean, all these years trying to prove myself.
I take you for granted because you're there one harvest after another.
So what am I supposed to do? Quit?
You're so dramatic.
I'm not dramatic.
Okay. You know what? Maybe you should consider your options. Just because you're a Baldwin doesn't mean you have to be tied to those vines for the rest of your life.
I love it, Jonah. You couldn't wait to quit and wear a badge, but I cannot imagine doing anything else. Were you expecting some kind of a crime wave?
There are a lot of overheated emotions in this valley. Speaking of, what's this I hear about you and Nate DeLuca?
Oh, boy.
Hey, sis, anytime you want to talk, I'm here for you. Just don't make me bring the tape.
I saw your truck out front, so I thought that I...
You thought you'd corner me in a store?
No, call me. I just need to explain.
Give me the box.
I just to shut you up.
That's inventive.
Marilee was behind you. I was just trying to spare her feelings.
By not sparing mine?
I didn't know how to get you to stop talking.
You might have asked me to stop talking.
Let me take you out for lunch. We can catch up. Compare notes. What growing grapes, what you've been up to all these years, the state of the Baldwin DeLuca feud.
Plus the sulfur getting older, and it's alive and well. Well, please put this on my tab. In front of everyone. My family, my friends. I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
Wait a minute, he said he kissed you to shut you up? It's a new one.
As if I don't have enough going on in my life right now. Like I need this to look off.
We've been here before. I mean, how many years ago in the girls' locker room in high school, you going on about me to Luca?
That's ancient history. Now I wish you would just leave me alone. What are you doing to my hair?
New look, new career.
What new career? I barely know what I'm doing with my life.
Hi, Frankie. I'm just closing up for the night, but come on in.
You going somewhere?
No. These are Sam's clothes that he asked me to send to him in Costa Rica. Somehow they are going to end up at the Valley Shelter for the Homeless. They're going to be one fine-looking bunch of gentlemen down there. Now you seem all stirred up. What's going on?
I went to Sorrento, Chloe. And I walked the land. And all I could think about was just how stunningly beautiful it was. And how if I were you, I would want it to belong to someone who loved it. Maybe even someone who needed it.
I heard what your father did.
But I'm starting to think that maybe it was meant to be. Maybe this is the push that I needed to help me strike out on my own.
They telling you to move on?
I want to buy Sorrento, Glow. I think it might be my future. But I do know what it costs. Now listen, I have some savings. I have my mom's trust.
Your mother. Oh boy, she was my best friend. She was always so kind and generous to me. I see her in you. So, you want to buy Sorrento?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how are you going to do that?
With every penny I got, with blood and sweat and tears, and as soon as I get approved for a mortgage. I went to 2 banks today. I don't quite realize what a poor risk I am. But I have other meetings set up with lenders, and I feel very confident that something will work out.
You know what? You don't even need to use a bank. I own that land outright. I can finance that sale to you.
If you did, if you would, I promise you that I would work my tail off to make sure that I made those payments, and if I ever failed you in any way...
You won't fail. Listen, your mother would be so proud of you. You got a deal.
Frankie, I want you to arrange to have the brush cleared on the north slope. That's a fire hazard we don't need. And I want you on that phone call with the buyers at 11, okay?
Dad, I'm afraid I can't. And there's something I need to tell you.
Sure, go ahead, sweetheart.
You've taken a lot of big risks in your life, and they have paid off. And you've always told me that freedom lies in being bold.
One of my favorite quotes.
I'm starting my own vineyard. I'm buying Sorrento Farm.
Is this because I hired Tony Camiso? Frankie, you're valuable to me, but I needed somebody with a different kind of experience. Somebody who's good with banks and...
Dad, I was upset, but it's okay. I think maybe it's what I needed to move on.
Just like that.
Sorrento's grapes need attention or it won't have a harvest. You've got Tony now, and I'm so sorry. I hope you understand, but I do think it's time that I do something for myself.
Good luck to you, Frankie.
He just made me feel like I'd completely betrayed him. And I feel bad for leaving, I really do, but at the same time, this is such an opportunity for me.
He'll come around. Just give him some time.
Can I sit up front? Your sister, I'm not a perp.
Sorry, up front, strictly law enforcement protocol. Look, Dad was not happy when I left the farm, but he's totally fine with it now. I haven't regretted it for 1 minute.
So you don't think I'm crazy?
For what, moving out of a cottage that Dad lets you stay in rent-free? For buying a farm that you can't afford with who knows what issues? With vines that may or may not produce a good crop? No, not crazy at all.
Well, that was simple. No bank involved. Sorrento is officially yours. Partially furnished house and all. Congratulations.
Thank you, Flo. I'll take such good care of it, I promise you.
I know.
Jonah.
You there?
I am. That's Sorrento.
So, how is it?
It's gorgeous. You've got to come see it.
What about Chloe? Is she there?
No, we handled everything at closing. I think, yeah, it's pretty much just me here now, just setting up shop.
Frankie, is everything okay?
Looks like you made a new friend.
He took my phone.
A llama took your phone.
We didn't take it exactly.
I don't think he likes you.
What are you doing here anyway?
It's my land.
This is my land.
I bought it. I have full title.
I have full title.
You starting to hear an echo?
Is this one of your stunts?
No stunts, not when it comes to real estate or harvesting grapes.
Like you know anything about growing grapes.
The Lucas go back hundreds of years, all the way from Tuscany to St. Madeline.
Oh, so you were making wine before the Pilgrims.
I know you're really good at trimming your daddy's vines.
What are you good at? Taking exams? I own Sorrento. I just signed papers with the closing attorney.
Really? Then how come I own it and I can prove it to you?
Frankie, crime in progress?
Yes!
What's the crime exactly?
Breaking and entering.
Stalking.
Property identity theft.
What?
That's a new one.
You're the one who's on my property making false claims. Jonah, why are you just standing there?
So you want me to cuff him, throw him in the slammer?
Yes!
I see what's going on here. 2 Baldwins against 1 DeLuca. Well, you're in conflict of interest. Joni, you need to recuse yourself.
Best idea so far.
Where are you going?
This one's for the lawyers, Frankie.
My divorce lawyer assures me that Sam agreed with the settlement, and that included me owning the vineyard.
And a llama that you definitely forgot to tell me about.
Oh, he's as gentle as a kitten. Listen, he has had full reign of that property since before we owned it.
Well, certainly looks like Frankie Baldwin is now the legal owner of Sorrento.
See?
On the other hand, Nate has equal claim to the property, which he legally bought from Sam.
Again, yes. How do you know that's legal?
Because I'm a judge, and I happen to know what a legal document means when I read one.
I'm sorry, Jerry. It's just...
It's just not the answer we were hoping for.
I tried calling Sam. I have called his lawyer. He is MIA in Costa Rica, and until he services...
Well, I have a vineyard to run.
Yeah, jumping the gun there, Nate. Oh, I know it's the DeLuca way of doing things. Look, if you end up inside of a courtroom, you could lose.
Go on.
I mean, this is just one big mess. I mean, there's no telling which one of you is going to wind up the owner. Only a divorce court can determine whether Glo or Sam legally owns the property and had the right to sell it.
What are we supposed to do? Wait weeks? Months for a court ruling? If that vineyard isn't properly managed, the crop is gone. While lawyers are arguing, our grapes are withering on the vines.
My vines.
The vines that I bought in good faith in the belief that it would be mine.
Jerry, please.
Look, you two, I'm just here as a friend. You asked for my advice, and I'm willing to give you some. But it's up to you. In the meantime, I hear there's peach pie today at the diner. Lady, how are you?
There is one way we can resolve this.
In your favor, I bet.
I buy you out. Pay you back your deposit plus 10%. That's not bad for one day's aggravation.
One day's aggravation from you is worth a lot more than 10%.
I can sweeten it.
There's not enough sugar in the world.
We're not getting anywhere.
So,
Thank you.
hi.
Hi.
Okay, neither of you own Sorrento until there's a court decision. And that could take a long time.
But those grapes need care. You both know that the last month of harvesting is crucial to getting a good yield.
So why don't you co-manage the property?
No.
Or split the acres. Frankie, you take the south parcel. Nate, you take the north. Work the vines, harvest the grapes, each on your own side. Now, can you at least manage that until this thing gets to court? It's the best advice I can give you. Non-binding, no charge. Except you get to pay for my peach pie.
I've got it.
It's mine.
Why? Because you have deep pockets and I don't?
Last I heard, you were broke and carrying a hefty mortgage.
That gives you some kind of leverage over me?
I'm just trying to be nice.
You're just trying to win.
It's just peach pie.
Order in the diner.
Relax. You need some pampering.
If I take the judge's advice, I'll have to see him every single day.
Well, it shouldn't be so bad if Nate stays on his 10 acres.
I will know that he's there. Not that he'll be anywhere near the vines. Have you seen his footwear? I mean, those soles have never touched on the soil. And his fingernails?
Yeah, I was going to mention yours. That's a lot of Amish soil under there.
If you cut my hair every time I have a problem, I'm going to be bald.
Wait. Where are you staying?
At your place. That's my stuff in your guest room.
No, that won't do. You need to be out there at Sorrento. It's yours, isn't it?
It is. I own it. Well, I will when the court decision comes in my favor. And when it does, he will be out of there so fast.
That could take months. And in the meantime, what is he going to do to your grapes? Him and his fancy degrees.
I'm going to turn him into jelly if I don't get out there. You're right. I can't let him have all 20 acres. I got to harvest my 10.
That's right. You need to protect your interests. You need to plant the flag.
I'm going to plant a flag.
Hi, Jerry. Well, how'd it go?
Well, that's hard to say. There's two very stubborn individuals.
It took 20 years for my ex and I to get to where they are now. Cats and dogs, oil and water, Baldwin and DeLuca.
Charles is already rattled that his daughter walked out on him, and he's going to be really irritated when he hears that Nate owns Sorrento and not Frankie.
Oh, now that has yet to be determined, and you would know that if you weren't so biased.
Well, I do have a prediction, if you're interested.
Tell you what, I'll leave it to you ladies to speculate. Try the pie. It's good.
Thank you.
Making yourself at home?
That's what one does when one is at home.
Are you moving in?
I take up a lot of room when I'm cooking, so we should set up a schedule as per the sleeping arrangements.
Don't even go there.
Yes, let's. As per the survey, this bedroom sits on the north parcel. Plain English, it's my side. Ergo, your stuff goes. No rush. Now would be good.
Frankie, what's up?
Calling it a sisterly IOU.
Has a crime occurred, or are you just planning one?
Your side? My side.
Your side? No way.
Stove, fridge, sink, my side. Once you finish what you're doing there, though, no rush. Now would be good.
Morning, Rui. Sleepwalk?
Submarines have bigger bunks.
Leek frittata. Something about the combination of leeks and fontina cheese. Just a smile on my face.
You do realize that you're cooking on my side of the kitchen.
Didn't I catch you ducking underneath the border this morning to use the only bathroom?
One kitchen privilege equals one bathroom privilege.
Okay, you see? You can't be reasonable.
Who says I can't?
It's just what people say.
What people?
The ones that say that you're prickly?
You're trying to psych me out.
Wouldn't even try. You're too prickly. Espresso?
Come on, let's just go. I bet you're watching me. Every move.
Get your stupid toy airplane out of my vine!
Welcome to the 21st century.
Really? A drone? Is that how you keep your shoes so clean you don't have to get down in the dirt?
From the comfort of my shady perch, I can capture digital photographs linked with computer imagery, which measures vigorous areas in the vineyard compared to low vigor.
Yeah, well, I'm not interested in comfort. I'm interested in what's under my feet.
I would love to hear more. You in your old school ways, tasting the wind, chewing the dirt, praying to the full moon.
What's in that for?
Art and science.
You know what? You grow your way, I'll grow mine. In fact, I'd be willing to bet.
But you could outgrow me.
You think I can't, Dr. DeLuca, PhD?
I'm penning my dissertation on microbiology and the sensory science of wine. I forget. Did you get a degree?
Bachelor of Science, UC Davis. 3 credits short. I will get it.
Clock's ticking, Baldwin.
So, how we doing, big brother?
Great yields, sales, profits reinvested wisely. Don't know why I thought I was needed back here.
Beg to differ. Time for me to take a break from the company books.
You aren't exactly back, though, are you, bro? What's with buying Sorrento?
He bought a useless piece of paper from what I hear.
As crazy as it sounds, we both own Sorrento, at least until a judge rules in my favor. Yep. Me and the lovely Frankie. Wonder why she left Baldwin Farms anyways.
Well, they haven't exactly been seeing eye to eye. Her and her dad? Yeah, not for months. Hannah told me.
Hannah told you?
Marco and her were
A train wreck, okay? Enough said.
So how are you so sure you're going to end up owning Sorrento? Baldwins are as stubborn as mules.
Yeah, but the Lucas are born to win.
It's so nice to have my boys back together.
It's good to be back home, though.
So let me get this straight. You didn't want to wash in the bathroom because one bathroom break would give him one kitchen privilege.
Petty, but satisfying.
So either he cooks in the bathroom or you bathe in the kitchen.
Huh?
What else should I know?
Oh, he's Mr. Cheerful. And he's Mr. Foodie, lacing shoes like I care. And he's Mr. Science, acting like everything I know about growing grapes is from the Stone Age.
And he's just right down the hall at night.
Yeah. Took the big room with the real bed just because it's on his side of the house.
So essentially, you're living together.
It's a standoff. Until the courts decide who owns Sorrento, we are stuck with each other. But that's not even the worst part.
Sounds like the best part to me.
Hannah, focus. Sorrento is my dream, my future, and I am at risk of losing it all to Nate DeLuca.
Which we won't let happen.
Exactly. He thinks he's going to end up owning Sorrento, but he has underestimated me.
Which is good.
It's very good. Because he doesn't know what I've been up to.
What have you been up to?
I've been creating my own wine. A Cabernet Sauvignon.
No one knows about this?
No. I read the space. The owners know I've been in here tinkering.
I wouldn't call this tinkering.
I have been at it for years. And now, it's ready. Your wine. You tell me. Wow. It's delicious. Chateau Frankie. Really? You love it? Are you sure?
I don't really have to tell you, do I? You have created something very special here. Does your dad know?
Whenever I told him I wanted to develop my own wines, he'd say, be patient, your time will come.
Your time is now. And this is going to kickstart it.
Cornetto? It's my specialty. So much better than a croissant. It's denser, and the filling, so good.
What do you want from me?
Sorrento.
No way. Not giving it to you, not for love or money.
It's interesting, because I offered you money, but I never offered you love.
Huh. like that would have worked. Doesn't matter, it's in the hands of the courts now anyway.
Not entirely. We could be the ones who decide to get Sorrento.
How?
By agreeing between ourselves which one of us gets legal ownership, regardless of what the courts say.
Won't follow.
All right, look, you're fed up with me being here.
Say that again.
Well, I'm equally annoyed. So let me just set up a challenge. If I win the challenge, you sell me Sorrento, no matter what the courts say. And if you win...
You promised to sell me Sorrento.
At the same price Glow gave you. It's all yours. If you can win the challenge.
So what's the challenge?
You think of yourself as the Great Whisperer.
Mostly because I am.
And you think that my science degrees are...
Little bits of paper that you stick on the wall that means zip out in the vineyard. I still haven't seen you, incidentally.
Well, in this corner, Mr. Science, and in that corner, the Great Whisperer.
All right. I think I see where you're going with this. So in 2 weeks when we bring in the harvest...
Whoever's harvest has the biggest yield...
as determined by weight, results from an independent broker.
Wins Sorrento. We'll see which one of us does better ripening those grapes when they most need it.
What's the catch? There's always a catch with you, Lucas.
There's no catch. Whoever grows the most grapes. I'm going out on a limb here. Baldwins have beaten the pants off DeLucas in the past. My legacy versus yours.
But what's in it for you? Why would you risk losing Sorrento?
To prove to you that my science degrees actually did teach me something. You?
Get you out of my house. Off my property sooner.
Well, you'll have to tolerate my presence until harvest. Deal?
My money's on the grower with dirt on their hands. What are you doing?
Tracking sound flow. Want to try?
No thanks.
You're always here first for our meetings.
A gentleman does not keep a lady waiting.
Oh, you're in a good mood.
Sorry to disappoint you, Carlin.
Don't you look lovely, Elise? Glad to see you took my advice. I'm going to have a Cobb salad and iced tea.
Same for me, no tea.
I'm sure you weren't happy with Frankie's decision to leave Baldwin Farms. Of course, she might have stayed had you advanced her.
Frankie's a grown woman. She makes her own decisions. And why do you care? Do you see an advantage for the DeLucas?
You know, my sons are such a support. Our business would not exist without them. And my Nate, such a blessing that he decided to move home.
Yeah, just in time to challenge Frankie for Sorrento.
Well, maybe he's doing you a favor. You'll get her back in no time.
Don't be so sure. She's not one to let herself be pushed around.
Shall we make a friendly, proud mama, proud papa bet? $100 to the charity of my choice when my Nate wins.
When my Frankie wins.
Isn't it something, Charles, how longtime competitors such as we can get along?
Oh, yes. It's something, all right.
I thought you might be hungry.
Who are you trying to impress?
This is the way that I like to live, in case you haven't noticed.
I've noticed.
It's my Italian heritage. Food and family. Enjoy.
Are you this good at everything? Because if you are, I might be in trouble.
Maybe not. I took a stroll through your vines. You're looking pretty good.
So you're on my side. Well, good. I'm glad it was enough to get you off the porch and into the field.
Got me running scared.
Who would have thought we'd end up like this?
High school yearbook should have said, most likely to duke it out over the ownership of a small vineyard.
And a large furry mammal.
What happened to us?
I went to college, so did you.
No. I mean before.
We were so young.
Yeah. But then you disappeared.
I think it must have been the feud, you know? That old unspoken no fraternization between Baldwins and DeLuca rule.
Of course. Famous feud.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea. In spite of the feud, what do you say we team up and we represent Sorrento together in the Great Picking Relay Race?
Well, I do think the Glow would love to see Sorrento represented.
And we could fight the feud.
So fighting the feud.
Team Sorrento. Sure about that?
Seems so last week.
But Frankie, there were times I hadn't seen you for a while. I found myself thinking about you. Wondering how you're doing.
Should have come to our class reunion. That's what those are for.
This isn't about the past.
I don't know what this is. Good night.
Good night, Frankie.
Thank you, that was delicious.
Chock full of the good stuff.
Should you be feeding the competition?
Oops. Guess I forgot.
Well, back to work.
Any tips?
I'm supposed to share trade secrets with you now?
No, I'm curious how they did it in ancient times. I'm interested. For real.
I use wettable sulfur to control mildew.
Which washes away during a summer shower. You should really try some of the newer synthetic sprays.
Your way, my way. Mittens! No! Stop! Stop! Oh, okay. Looks like it's just the water line. We can patch that.
It's not just the water line, it's the pump. It's old.
As long as it gets us through the harvest.
No, it won't. The motor seized.
Well, then what are we going to do? I can't afford a new one.
It benefits both of us. So we'll split the cost.
No, I can't afford half of one either.
Frankie, it's shot. No water, no grapes.
I can't stop till I get my steps in. Oh, so you're not gonna believe what happened. Mittens chewed off a water line, and now Nate says we need a whole new pump, which is terrible because there's no way I can afford something that expensive. Why are you looking at me like that?
Isn't it perfect timing? Nate saying the pump needs replacing.
What do you mean?
Well, what if Nate was the one who busted the pump? He knows you can't afford it.
He would never do something like that.
I know you don't want to believe that Nate DeLuca is doing dirty tricks, but he's being so nice to you. He's making you cute little sandwiches. But the DeLucas are known for being crafty. I mean, I should know. Marco, all that DeLuca charm, but right under the surface, will do anything to win.
That might be Marco, but...
They're on the same team. They are using the same playbook. You gotta fight, Frankie.
Oh, Susan, I am so glad you can join us. As crazy DeLucas who never stop talking, unless, of course, we're eating. You can break bread with us anytime. I will if you keep serving this incredible prosciutto. It's a promise. Cheers. Salute. Salute.
Give me a break. I was only slightly over the speed limit.
You're not supposed to get out of your car when an officer pulls you over.
Then don't pull me over.
I'm not stopping you from speeding anyway. You want me to step in with Nate DeLuca?
He's got such a big mouth. What are you going to do? Open an investigation? The case of the mysteriously deceased water pump? No. Nate DeLuca is a problem that I can handle.
You say so?
I do.
Alrighty then. Ready to go, ma'am.
Love you too, Jonah.
Well, I have to admit, I enjoy being courted by all of you wine growers.
Welcome to St. Madeline. Your reputation preceded you. Just hope that you see the value in doing business with the DeLuca family.
And the Sorrento farm.
Sorrento is extremely promising.
And Nate's going to turn it into the finest boutique winery in the valley.
But I'm going to want to sell the first harvest.
You want to sell the grapes from all of Sorrento's acreage?
Sorrento will be Nate's alone soon enough.
Yeah.
Between you and me, Frankie Baldwin doesn't have the resources or the experience to grow a good crop, so.
Actually, Frankie's quite a talent. She knows her stuff.
So, what happened first? You chewing the water line or Nate messing with the pump? Look me in the eye. Did you do it? I didn't think so.
So what was that about? Trying to land Susan Jones as a buyer, not endorse Frankie Baldwin.
I don't need to downgrade Frankie's skills in order to make a deal.
What's going on with you and her exactly?
Competitors. That's it.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Beauty, isn't it? State of the art.
What are you doing? I told you I cannot afford this.
Don't worry about it. Pay me back when you can.
What, so I can be in debt to you and then you can hold that over my head?
What are you talking about? I told you that we need a new pump.
You know, I seem to remember the last one working just fine until you suddenly decided that it wasn't.
You think I had something to do with that?
I do.
You know, if this is the way that you feel, then maybe we shouldn't be a team at the grape picking race.
You're right.
Charles, you clean up well in honor of me.
I have a meeting later.
I thought you might be dressed up for money. Are you selling, buying, borrowing?
Could be all three. It's called the wine business.
Don't I know it? Before we get started, I just want to clear the air. Your Frankie and my Nate are in a tug of war at Sorrento, and I just want to assure you, I'm not taking sides.
Since when is a DeLuca not taking sides?
Well, of course I support Nate. I just mean that whatever the kids are up to, I am going to be at pains to not let it get in the way of our duties as co-chairs of the Autumn Festival and of our cordial relationship.
Oh, you're very cordial, Carla, especially when your wine sales are ahead of mine.
Charles, I'm trying to be civil.
Carla, let's face it. Our relationship is based on mutually trying to crush each other.
Now I can see why Frankie needed to move on, if this is what you're like with her.
I'm just telling it like it is. Isn't that your style?
You are contentious, opinionated, short-sighted, and that is not my opinion. It's a fact.
Yeah, well, here's another fact. Frankie Baldwin is not going to be pushed around by Nate DeLuca.
Maybe you should tell her that instead of me. Or is she not talking to you these days?
If you'll excuse me, I have business to attend to. These banks don't make it easy.
No, but they're a necessary evil. Charles, you know that was a good meeting. We got a reprieve. Bring in a strong harvest, it'll all be good.
You've been a big help to me, Tony. Thanks.
It's all going to work out. All right.
Heads up.
Oh, come on. These grapes could look a little bit more manly.
They're fruit. It's neither male nor female.
That's a female point of view.
Look, thank you so much for replacing Nate in the relay race. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'll be right there alongside you picking grapes.
Yes, please make sure you do. I really want to win this one.
Okay. Hey, guess who got a speeding ticket last night?
Who?
Susan Jones.
That new wine broker?
Yeah, coming back from the DeLucas. She gonna be buying their wine now?
Thank you, Jonah.
You're welcome. For what?
Susan.
Yes.
Hi. Frankie Baldwin. Hey, I was going to say sit, but I'm already sitting. Listen, thank you so much for agreeing to meet with me.
This is about Nate DeLuca.
Only partially.
Does everyone in this valley know everything?
You have no idea.
I do not discuss deals. They're confidential.
And I appreciate that, but I have to ask you, please, Before you make any decisions about whose wines you want to buy, can I show you something? I promise you, you will not regret it.
French oak.
It's the best, isn't it?
Whose wine is this?
It's mine. I produced it here entirely on my own.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
If you like it, I'll offer you the first shot at representing me as my broker. If you buy the Sorrento Grape Harvest.
I am told that your ownership of Sorrento is very much in doubt.
By who? Nate DeLuca?
And you apparently have a lack of resources and experience to grow a good crop.
Let me tell you what I've heard about you, Susan. That you're a savvy broker. So you tell me, what sounds better to you, a one-time deal with Nate DeLuca for a couple tons of grapes, or a deal with me promises you a partnership with the person who produced that wine? I can make wine as good as this or better with Sorrento's grapes, too.
The wine is sensational. And this is what you need to do. Enter it in the Autumn Harvest Festival Best Wine Competition. If it wins, we have a deal.
Got your boots dirty.
You gave us a pretty good run. I'm not the enemy here. This whole family rivalry thing, I never bought into that.
Except for exactly what's playing out between us right now.
Used to be fun competing against you in high school and science class, but this,
Tomorrow's the harvest. Our little competition will be over.
I can't come soon enough.
Yeah, for me too. And then you will see that not only do I have the resources and experience to grow a good crop, but to win.
I won't be staying at the farm anymore. I think it's for the best. I'll just be there for the day shift. For the record, I never said that.
Yes, hi. Frankie called the restaurant. I'm seeing smoke.
Firefighters did not anticipate that the fire would grow to this extent. It has now jumped to County Line 10.
The fire jumped the road at County Line 10.
I know. It's headed over.
The master switch isn't working.
What?
I don't know.
I'm getting an error message.
We're gonna have to turn on each section manually. I have to make sure maintenance is safe.
Frankie! The wind shifting.
coming from the east.
It can hold.
It can hold.
It won't reach Toronto.
It's totally what you were here.
Me too.
I didn't. Sorry. Jonah, I am here, but I'm okay. Nate's here, so we just... How bad is it?
Half the vines.
What can I do?
Nothing. It's too late.
We can replant. It's what we do. We've had fires before.
We?
Yes. We're a family. I love this place. I love you.
You walked away.
Because you didn't need me.
Did I have to tell you I needed you? You're a Baldwin. This place is a part of you.
Then let me help.
I'll take care of it, Frankie.
You okay? I heard. Your dad.
It's pretty rough. I hate seeing him like this. I just need to focus on our competition. So, in this corner, Mr. Science.
That corner, the grape whisperer.
Whoever grows the most grapes
Determined by weight, results from an independent broker.
wins.
Sorrento Farm.
Good luck.
Let the harvest begin. I can't look at another grape in my life. I don't think we're gonna work that hard.
Well, this is why we do it. Hannah calls it Chateau Frankie.
You produced your own wine?
5 years in the making. Till harvest.
To the harvest. Frankie, that's you in a bottle.
Is that good?
It's better than good. It's flat out fantastic. I mean it. When I was off studying, you were honing your craft and then some.
Look at the way the light hits the vines. You're right, you know. What you said about me disappearing. We knew my mom was sick. And I was so worried. All I wanted to do was just be with her. I pushed away everyone. My friends. You, really.
Feels right.
I know.
Why not? Come to the harvest dance with me tomorrow.
mean, like, together?
Yeah. Like together. Is that a yes?
We have the cab. Hannah has the Merlot. Which would you prefer? You're not driving, are you? There you go. Enjoy. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. There you go.
Charles, I am so sorry to hear about your wines. If there's anything we can do.
Thank you.
You won Best Wine the last 2 years. Could be another win for Baldwin. I had no idea that Frankie had a wine competition.
Carla, good luck today.
My dad could really use this win.
You need this too.
Welcome, one and all, to the Autumn Harvest Festival's Best Wine Competition, where we celebrate our valley's wine producers. A thrilling finale to all of the festivities you've been enjoying over the past few weeks. Now, this is a blind tasting, not a real judge. So I'm going to ensure this is fair and objective. The best wine finalists are Charles Baldwin, Carla DeLuca, Mel Turner, and Frankie Baldwin. Judges, let's get on with it.
So proud of you. You have a wine in this competition.
Frankie produced wine? What's it good for? Salad dressing? She's gonna win.
And now, by unanimous vote, the winner of Best Wine, the Cabernet Sauvignon from Frankie Baldwin.
Would you mind if I just...
Sure, go ahead.
Hi, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm Frankie Baldwin. It has been a great harvest and a very special autumn for me as well. Winning Best Wine was such an honor. Thank you. But I need to clarify something, and that is that I learned everything that I know at Baldwin Farms. And I developed our wonderful wine when I was an employee there. So I would love to officially recredit that Best Wine win to Charles Baldwin.
Frankie, what's going on? Why are you giving the win to your dad?
I'm going back to Baldwin, Nate.
Giving up on Sorrento? We don't even know who won our challenge yet.
I'm not giving up. I'm just making a choice.
This doesn't make any sense.
It's just time for me to go home. Look, Sorrento will be yours no matter what the courts decide. I never had much invested in it financially anyways, just a down payment, and you and I can sort that out when the time comes.
You know what I loved about you? Your fierce determination to prove yourself. I know how difficult this business is, and against all odds, you have made it. You are a star winemaker. I don't understand why you're taking such a big step back.
Don't make this more difficult for me.
You're making it more difficult on yourself.
Hey.
What is going on? She's sacrificing everything that she cares for, everything she's worked for. Tell me why.
I'll ask for custody, but I'll understand if you want to stay. I wouldn't leave him either if I didn't have to.
Soil's rocky. That's kind. The heart of the grapevines have to struggle.
The better the wine.
A metaphor for life. I told your brother not to tell you about my financial problems.
I know he doesn't listen to you.
Frankie, I've made some bad decisions.
Dad,
I mortgaged the property to deal with the debt. And then I lost control of the financing. That's when I hired Tony Camiso. I didn't want to burden you. And then the fire swept through, and there went that house of cards.
Dad, listen. Susan Jones is buying all of the winning wine that I made. And she's now offering to buy all of the surviving Baldwin grapes if I come back and make wine with you. We can turn this thing around together.
I can't accept what you're trying to do for me.
Dad!
No, Frankie. The worst decision I ever made, the one I'll always regret, is that I didn't make you feel appreciated, that I didn't support you the way a father should. I'll remember your generosity and sacrifice the rest of my days.
But your debts...
And investors come forward with the means to cover my debts, guaranteed by Baldwin's bottled inventory. It's just a loan. Baldwin stays in the family.
An investor? Is it Nate?
I tasted your wine after the competition. Something about it. Unpredictable, honest, full of life, passion. I thought, that's my Frankie. I made sure the Best Wine Award is back in your name. For Sorrento. I am so proud of you. Frankie, do not give up on your dreams. Carla, are you here to tell it like it is?
Love is complicated. Like wine. Can seem raw and harsh at first. And then it mellows. And then it's magic.
I'm guessing you're not just talking about wine.
Our kids. Do they know it yet?
I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you did for my father. But I can't accept you giving him all of that money. I will do whatever I can.
The deal's between me and your father. And it's a good one for both of us. No one wants to see you sacrifice everything that you've worked for here. Sorrento needs you. I need you. You wanna know why I came back? When I was gone, I was always missing something. I realized what that was the moment that I found you here.
What are your plans?
Making me realize that I've always been in love with you. I've loved you since I sat next to you in science class.
I always hoped you'd come back.
I'm back.
But I'm prickly. You said prickly.
I'm okay with prickly. Can I kiss you now?
Shut me up.
I have the results from the Sorrento Challenge. You want to find out who won?
I already know.
Harper?
Game on, Miss McCarthy.
Two rival families.
It's a pumpkin pie contest.
I am passing you the torch, son.
Harper's versus McCarthy's.
It's heartwarming, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it plays out.
One forbidden love.
Feels a lot like conspiring with the enemy.
I won't tell if you don't.
That they're keeping secret.
Was that Sam Harper? What? Where?
You're supposed to despise me.
I know.
Pumpkin Pie Wars premieres next Saturday at 9. Part of Fall Harvest on Hallmark Channel.